One game that has made quite the impression since it was announced earlier this year is the newest game from the Atelier series, Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. I'm sure many viewers are aware of this game, which as of right now hasn't yet been released in the West, just a few more weeks to go. I've been playing Atelier games since Atelier Verona on the PS3. I really enjoyed the Arland trilogy, which as of this year has become the Arland Quartet. Quartet sounds kinda classy, so that's why I chose that word. But Atelier Ryza is the first game in the series to have such a buzz before its release, and I hope it's going to be a breakout title that helps the series gain more popularity in the West. In case you don't know what the series is about, Atelier games are JRPGs with emphasis on alchemy. So basically the main character is always some sort of beginner alchemist. You explore dungeons, gather items, and craft stuff. And eventually you become a successful and famous alchemist. There's a relaxing atmosphere to the games that I really like, and even just exploring and roaming the world is a pleasant experience. And it's nice how the storylines are actually not about grand and world-changing events, but more personal stories. I like that. Not everything needs to be about the world ending and you somehow saving it. Atelier games are about exploration, discovery, and journey, and the games handle these themes in ways that other games don't. In Japan, things are going well for the series. Atelier Ryza has had the best launch of any game in the series. It's been reported that the game sold 150,000 copies during its first week, while usually Atelier games sell 100,000 less than that. The previous record holder was Atelier Meruru with 100,000 first week sales. For more niche games like this, these are great numbers. But will it be as successful here in the West? I think so. Obviously, it's Ryza's thighs that everyone keeps talking about, and I want to talk about them right now as well for a second. More accurately, her entire character design, which I think is very much the reason people decided to even give the game a look. Ever since the series first came to the PS3, the character designs had the moe factor cranked up. And this has stayed true over the years despite there being different artists doing the designs every few games. But with Ryza, they obviously decided to add some curves to the mostly straight lines, while still keeping it all cute. Obviously that worked. I'm sure while the character design is drawing a crowd, many people seem to stick around because the game looks promising. The game world looks bright and colorful, like a sort of fairy tale come to life thing, and the combat comes across as fast-paced and fun. That lack of refinement seen in previous games doesn't seem to exist in Atelier Ryza. It looks well done. The only wonky thing I'm spotting in gameplay videos so far is some of the animations, particularly the running animation, which is a bit odd. Compared to Atelier Lulua, which came out earlier in the year, the graphics look like a big upgrade. The lighting is so much nicer and complex. The environmental details, from what I can see, aren't that detailed, but the art style, lighting, and vibrant colors make the overall visual image an appealing one. It's a bit like the older Gran Turismo games, where everything is actually pretty flat, but the overall look is right because of the colors and the lighting. It also looks like the Switch graphics will be pretty decent, so that's good. There's still a dithering effect on the edge of the shadows though, but Atelier Ryza does look much better than the newest Fire Emblem on the Switch, so in that regard there isn't much to complain about here. The combat is looking pretty good, and actually quite fast-paced too. The opposite of what Neptunia V2R did with their friggin' menus. There's an interesting take on the team attack or assist mechanic you sometimes see in other games. It looks like the other party members call out during battle, and if you do the requested attack, you get an assist from them. Pretty cool idea. Sometimes I really don't want to think about what kind of attacks I should be using, so that game mechanic sounds like a good idea to me. I really think that this is a great chance for the Atelier series to gain a larger following in the West, similar to what we see with Neptunia, Senran Kagura, or Disgaea, which apparently is this channel's holy trinity. While what I'm going to say next isn't exactly evidence, it may be a rough indicator of the Atelier series' growth in Western popularity. While Neptunia, Senran Kagura, and Disgaea videos have been doing well on the channel for many years, Atelier videos have always done noticeably worse. Some not-so-old videos only have hundreds of views, while other videos at the time were getting thousands more. But that changed when I did videos about Atelier Lulua. I released a few videos about the game when Atelier Ryza was announced, and the videos ended up being watched a decent amount. Over 10 times the views of Atelier videos in the past. So not only do I find that encouraging for the series, but it hopefully means that it's another franchise I can talk about here on the channel. I did pre-order the limited edition of Atelier Ryza. I dilly-dallied a little bit, so the Switch version was already sold out when I went to order, so I ordered the PS4 LE, which was the only thing left. There's like no censorship from what I can tell. I've not really heard any kind of talk about it, so I think we should be safe with the PS4 version. And besides, I don't even know what there would be to censor. It's a T-rated game. But then again, Sony did find something with Super Neptunia RPG, so... But anyway. In addition, there's also a digital PC version on Steam. I'm sure that's the one I'm actually going to end up playing. When the game does come out, there's going to be a review with an unboxing, and probably a separate graphics comparison video after that. In the end, I'm excited for the game, but what about you? I'd really like to hear what you think of Atelier Ryza and whether you've pre-ordered the game or are curious to see what it'll be like. And here's another question. Before Atelier Ryza was announced, were you even aware of the series at all? Let me and everyone know in the comments. As always, I have to thank all the Patreon supporters, past and present. Check out the Patreon page yourself if you want to see your name on the end screen or if you want to see videos before they come out. There's also a YSN Teespring store, so you can get things like t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. Buying things off of there supports the channel. The links to that and everything else can be found in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.